Emma in Sekiro Shadows Die Twice never gets Dragonrot, and the real reason has nothing to do with immunity. The more I dug into Sekiro and the discussions around it, the clearer it became. This isn't a hidden lore detail, it's a deliberate design decision. One that quietly holds the entire Dragonrot system together. Because think about it. Every time you die in Sekiro, Dragonrot spreads, NPCs get sick. The world reacts to your failure, but somehow Emma doesn't. And the more I thought about that, the less it made sense. She's a doctor, she's constantly exposed. If anyone should get infected, it's her. So why doesn't she? Once I started breaking this down, gameplay, story, even card content, the answer actually becomes unavoidable. Emma isn't immune, she is essential. At first I completely bought into the obvious explanation. You die, NPC gets sick, Dragonrot punishes your mistakes. Simple, clean, personal. But the more I paid attention, and especially after going through discussions, the system started to feel off. Because Dragonrot doesn't actually behave like a targeted curse, it behaves like something bigger. There are lines in the game suggesting Dragonrot existed long before Wolf. Soldiers in Ashina were already suffering from it. That changes everything, because now it's not reacting to you, it's already part of the world. And once I started seeing Dragonrot as a systematic disease instead of a personal punishment, a new question hit me. If it's random, if it's everywhere, then why does it never touch Emma? This is where the whole thing started to click for me. Emma isn't just another NPC in the background. She's a Dragonrot system. She studies it, she explains it, she gives you the cure. Everything runs through her. And the moment I imagined her getting Dragonrot early in the game, everything broke instantly. No explanation, no cure, no progression. The entire mechanic collapses. And once you see that, it's hard to unsee it. Dragonrot isn't designed to shut the game down. It's designed to pressure you. It creates tension. It makes your death feel heavier. But it still has to function. And for that work, the Sekiro game needs one character who stands above it. Emma isn't protected by the lore. She's protected by the system itself. The more I think about Sekiro's design, the more this feels like an actual answer. Because From Software had a serious problem to solve here. How do you punish the player in a game where dying is mandatory? You will die in Sekiro, over and over again. So if Dragonrot fully committed to its own logic, the consequences would spiral fast. NPCs permanently dying, quests getting locked out, storylines disappearing. And that might sound cool at first, but realistically, that is frustrating. And there is one idea that really stuck with me. If death became too punishing, players would start playing around the system instead of engaging with it. They might even find ways to benefit from dying. At that point, the whole mechanic falls apart. So instead, From Software pulls back. Dragonrot becomes a pressure system, not a failure state, a narrative weight, not a hard punishment, something that affects the world but doesn't break it. And for that balance to work, the game needs stability. That is Emma. She is a fixed point, the one part of the system that cannot fail. There is also the important part that really changed how I see the whole thing. Because when you look into development insights and community findings, it becomes pretty clear that Dragonrot wasn't always this forgiving. There are strong signs that NPCs were originally meant to die from it. The system was more punishing. Players had a more active role in managing their disease. And most interestingly, Emma may not have always been immune in Sekiro. If that version of the game existed, everything would be different. But here's the problem. The moment Emma gets Dragonrot, the system creates a contradiction. The doctor is sick, the cure disappears, the mechanic loses its center. It breaks itself. And the more I think about it, the more it feels like From Software hit that exact wall during development. So instead of trying to solve an unsolvable loop, they simplified it. They made Emma untouchable. Not because it's perfect lore, but because it keeps everything else working. Even knowing all of this, I still get the urge to explain it through lore. And there are a few ideas that can make it feel more grounded. Maybe Emma has early access to treatment. She's researching Dragonrot. Of course, she'd be the first to control it. Maybe the disease takes time to develop, and she simply never reaches that point during gameplay. Or maybe she is what I'd call a fixed narrative point, a character the story refuses to destabilize. And honestly, that last one feels the closest one to the truth, because the previous explanations don't fully answer the question, they just make the design decision feel smoother. So, after going all of these mechanics and discussions and gut ideas, the answer feels a lot simpler than it did at the start. Emma never gets Dragonrot, not because she's immune, not because of some hidden lore rule, not because the game forgot, but because the Sekiro game can't function if she does. She is the backbone of the system, the guide through the mechanic, the solution to the problem the game creates. I strongly believe it is a design decision hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching, hit that like button and subscribe for more Sekiro Shadows Die Twice guides and lore videos, and stay sharp out there, Shinobi.